We do most of our sorting in the vineyards. We don't have fancy sorting tables or optical sorters. For us, it's great grapes. And once that is in the cellar, I think your job as winemaker is so much easier. Just to guide the vineyards into the bottle. I'm Lukas van Loggerenberg and I'm the owner of Van Loggerenberg Wines. We focus on Chenin Blanc on our whites. Our reds have a soft spot for Cabernet Franc. We work with 2 amazing Syrah vineyards and then Cinsaut. Actually, I didn't want to go study winemaking. I didn't grow up in a wine family, nor a family that drank a lot of wine, but vineyards was always around us. I ended up doing a harvest after school at a big co-op called Dashbos. I went and helped them in the cellar, and then it got really fascinating, just this whole process of what they do with the juice, and it turns into this beautiful end product called wine. 2007 I went to Elsenburg, an amazing place, just the history there, the camaraderie. During that time, one of my best friends and roommate, Rawsonville from Breedekloof, we just drank. I remember the first wine that turned my head to try and make some of our country's best wines was a 2005 Jacques Bourman CWG Guild Syrah. And I remember the first time I smelled it and sipped it was something that I've never tasted before. And I was like, how can you make this with red grapes in South Africa? I was very fortunate to start my first winemaking job at Rijks private cellar with Pierre Wahl. Was there for 3 vintages, and then one day I just woke up and I told Roxanne, my girlfriend back then, wife now, I have to try and see the world. I was lucky enough to get a job in the States, and I didn't really want to go to the States to learn about winemaking or farming, but the owner of Rijks, Neville Dorrington, said one of the truest things that I'll always keep with me. The world's best wine is a sold wine, and the Americans are really good at marketing wine. When we came back, I already had this seed in the back of my mind that one day I would like to do my own thing. I had this old special vineyard of Chenin Blanc in Paul, and I was still with my primary work, and then on weekends myself and Roxanne and our Boerboel, we went and pruned the whole vineyard, the 2 hectares. It was quite special. We kind of pruning our own future, and I knew that this vineyard was going to be a great foundation for Van Loggerenberg wines. 2015, we decided to quit and put all our emphasis in our own business. If we're not going to give it a chance now, then we'll never will. We started off in a small old tobacco shed in Devon Valley. We just had open space with a small pump, a really basic press. On 2016, the 1st of January, 10 minutes past 12, I tore my patella tendon. And I was just freaking out because I just made Roxanne quit the job. We moved to Stellenbosch. Now I was there with a brace in the cellar, picking up barrels. And then obviously you had to do the job, and they had to break my knee in the middle of harvest again. And then a very good friend, David Sardi, said, but why don't you do an unlabeled rosé from this beautiful old Cinsaut vineyard that you can quickly sell to help pay with all the buy payments. And a big moment for us was UK importer Richard Kelly came to taste our wines, and I thought to myself, I'm going to let him taste one of those rosé barrels. And he tasted it and he's like, what are you going to do with it? And I told him I'm just going to quickly sell it unlabeled to friends and family. And he says, if you give it a name, I'll take half of it. And that was the start of our break a leg. All our wines have real personal meaning, the name or phrases. When you look on the labels, every little picture tells a story of our whole adventure up to now. I was nominated on the Cape Winemakers Guild by Kevin Grant, and that was already a massive honor. And then bottling season came. I totally forgot about the voting day as well. And then early the morning, Samantha O'Keefe gave me a call. I think I almost dropped a bottle because I didn't expect it. I called Roxanne and I told her, you wouldn't believe it, but I'm part of the guild. Such a big honor and a privilege to be part of a group of people I look up to personally, not only as winemakers, but as human beings. And hopefully I can contribute to someone else's life like they did to mine. And hopefully next year there's a Lukas van Loggerenberg wine on the auction. I don't think we'll change anything that we've been doing going forward. When people drink our wines, I want the wine still to taste of place and of people working really hard with it. I'm very fortunate to travel and see the world and other wine industries. There's no wine industry that comes close to ours, just the camaraderie. We're all trying to help each other to promote Brown South Africa